Well, folks, we're ready for another Friday fishing forecast. Well, at least we don't have a front coming through this weekend, but it is going to be quite windy. We're not even going to fish on Saturday because they're calling for 15 to 25 out of the southeast. So we're going to wait till Sunday. Sunday's supposed to lay down a little bit, 10 to 15, so it's not going to be too bad. So we're just not going to brave the winds on Saturday, so we're going to go on Sunday. So I'm going to concentrate a little bit more on Sunday than Saturday, but I will talk about Saturday. Now, when it comes to the tides, on Saturday we have a low tide at 8:09, and it's a negative 0.95, which, me personally, I love the negative tides. I love it because it concentrates the fish into certain areas, and it's almost like shooting fish in a barrel. So it's really a lot of fun fishing those negative low tides, especially if you know where you're going. Some people are afraid of them because they expose sandbars, things like that. But if you get out on the water and you're not familiar with a particular area, just take it slow and kind of look around at your surroundings, because negative low tides will allow you to find some new spots with little channels, cuts, things like that. So that's something that I would concentrate on. If you're not comfortable with an area, idle around and take a look. Now, the high tide is going to be at 3:19, and it's 1 foot even. So it's going to be a pretty decent tide coming in, but as soon as that tide gets in, slacks out, it's going to be a very slow tide for the rest of the evening. So that inshore wise is not going to be very good, but if you're fishing for snapper and sheepshead, it's probably going to be pretty good. Now, I've heard the sheepshead bite has been really good, so I'm anxious to get out there on Sunday and try our new swing jigs. I haven't had a chance to use them yet. We've sold a bunch, but I'm really anxious to use them. I think they're going to work really well. Now let's talk about let's talk about the salooners. On Saturday, we have a minor salooner from 8:08 to 9:08 in the morning. And then we have a major from 1:34 to 3:34. So that major is at that crest of the tide. So now let's talk about Sunday. Sunday's low is from 8:53, or is at 8:53, and it's going to be a negative 0.92. So not quite as low as Saturday, but still very low. And then we have a high tide at 3:51 at 0.99 feet. So a little bit slower movement on that incoming tide, but I still think it's going to be really good for inshore. With it heating up like it has, these fish should just eat like crazy, especially after those couple of cold mornings that we had earlier this week. There was actually steam coming off the river, so it was absolutely beautiful, but the water had cooled down enough to make a difference. Now, the minor is going to be 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then the major is going to be 2:33 to 4:33. Either one of those times I think is going to be really good, especially the major, because it's going to be getting up towards the top of that tide, and I think those fish are really going to eat good because of the warm weather. Everything's just kind of gearing up for one of those 100 fish days, especially inshore, that I love, because I would get this feeling and say, okay, we're coming up to a 100 fish day, because it's warmed up after a cold front and the fish should be really hungry. This weekend, Chad and I are going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go after and we're going to target sheepshead, which is something that we've never really done before. And so it's going to be a learning lesson for us. So I'm really excited, because with us learning, you're going to learn right along with us. And I know a lot of you out there already know how to go out and catch sheepshead, but I want to kind of target big sheepshead. I want to find some structure out in the bay itself that will hold these fish during this time of year. And a lot of our spots, our snapper and grouper spots, will hold big sheepshead this time of year. So I'm anxious to do that. And our braided line is coming in probably in 2 weeks. So you might want to go ahead and pre-order now, because we've got a lot of orders coming in, and you might want to pre-order for that. Our swing jigs have started selling, and I'm anxious to hear some reports from people. I'm anxious to use them, and so everything is kind of falling in line. And just to give a really quick update, I just checked the YouTube channel, and we are sitting 10 subscribers away from 8,000. So when we hit that 8,000 subscriber, we're going to automatically do a random drawing on the computer and pick a name, and hopefully that's your name that's going to be picked, and you'll be going fishing with Chad and I, and you'll get some bags of jigs, you'll get a face mask and a couple other things. So if you have not subscribe to the channel, and make sure that you go to the TampaBayFishingChannel.com and sign up on the front page. So if you've already signed up or already subscribed to our web page, then you're automatically in the drawing. Last I looked, we're close to 900 people that have signed up for this thing. It's absolutely crazy. That's why we're doing 3 different giveaways. One at 8,000, one at 9,000, and one at 10,000. And when we do take this person fishing, we will be filming it. So we will put it on our YouTube channel. But again, thank you. We really appreciate the support, and we'll see you out there this weekend.